Alright, so welcome to my flight today, going from Brisbane to Sydney. Our call sign will be Speedbird 1401. We're in cold and dark, and I'm going to start the aircraft up. Battery, Aileron, getting some lights coming up. I'm actually going to connect to primary external power. And while we're waiting for things to start up, I'm going to put in our payload, which is 28.5. 8.5. And we're going to load fuel, which will be 16.3. 16.3. Load total fuel. And of course that gives me 17.5. 16.3. So 16.3, 15.1. Let's try 15.1. 15.1. Load total. 16.3. Oh, I don't know why it does that. Okay, so that's done. And we're at gate 80. We have to make our way around to runway 01 left. So we're going to push back, head north, and go around the whole circuit. It's probably going to take about 15 minutes to do that, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to align Aileron now. There we go. Aileron's live. And I'm going to tell it where we are. So in the position initialization, we're going to go YBBN. Brisbane, we're at gate 80. Perfect. And the route is we're going from Brisbane on 01 left, and we're flying to Sydney, YSSY. Today's flight number is BA 1401. Put that in. Let's pick up the company route for this, which is right down the bottom in the Ys. Right, Y Brisbane, here we go. YBBN to YSSY. Perfect. Let's request that. And we're going to load that and activate it. Perfect. So that's good. Move to performance initialization and accept. So flight level 400 today. Thrust limit. Wind data is uplink ready. Okay, good. So I'm going to look up my, where is it here? Okay, so we can go D minus takeoff 2 at a speed of 54, at a temperature of 54. Clear that. So go 54 in select. And go D2. There we go. At takeoff, we're going to do flaps 5. Just do our trim calculation. is 5.50. I'll do the V speeds after I put the flight plan in. But we're going to override it anyway. 130, 131, 139. 139 is right. So there's a slight difference between what SimBrief calculates and what SimAvionics calculates. But I'm going to go with SimBrief. In fact, it doesn't really matter because V2 is the same at 139. Okay, let's go departures. Departure out of runway 01 left. We're kind of restricted to two of them, BIXAD 2 or BN4. And I am going to take, it doesn't really matter because we've got effectively vectors to, or direct to SANEG. So, and do our arrivals. Okay, arrival will be ILS runway 34 left. And we're going to come in on, I'm going to do the Rivet 4, which is a common one when approaching the runway or the airport from the south. Let's just check. This is Bori 4A. Bori 4A. Let's go Bori 4A then. Okay, execute that. There's a sausage intercept, which I will do from the flight plan. So let's go flight plan, change the zoom. Let's go to legs. We're going to go direct to SANEG, which is really strange on the ND. Look at the way that's drawn. We'll fix that just when we get in the air. Because SANEG to Hugo looks really weird. All right, let's go. Keep going. Step, 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 step. Top of descent. Yep. Big dam to Sadlow. Sadlow. We have a discontinuity to Bori. So I'm going to pick up Bori and pop it into the discontinuity. Let's get going. Top of descent. Sadlow, Bori. Right. So that's weird. So, oh, I see what it's doing. Right, from Gentle down to Dudok to Nasho. Then we have vectors. But what I'll do is I'm going to connect sausage to Nasho. And yet the path goes Nasho to Atrit. It's bypassed. Interesting. Okay, so that's in. I'm going to go back. Oh, steps. All right, so we go. Let's go back to plan. No, sorry, to map, and then load the wind route data. So request that. Well, to make our way around, it's a long way. We've got to take taxiway Bravo onto Alpha, down to Hotel 5 intersection, left onto Yankee, then left onto Sierra, and then 01 left. Okay. Pop that down there. let's get ATIS so I can get my air pressure. Okay, so I want airport information. And ATIS is 125.5. 125.5. One 007. Runway 1 left and runway 1 right. And we've got QNH of 1007. Get the APU on. First I'm going to get the window heat on. Hydraulics, going to get them started. Leave the packs until we've got the engines running, isolated from ground services. I'm going to start the APU. Okay, forward left pump goes out, which means I'm drawing fuel, and the APU is winding up. Still have Juliet. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear this. And 007. All right, now the APU is just about to hit 100. Perfect, 100. I just want to do the checklist. So, pre-flight, I've done oxygen, flight instruments, heading altimeter, all right. So I've done altimeter, so 1007, heading 01 for the runway. Parking brake is set, and fuel control switches are in cutoff. That's pre-flight checklist complete. We'll do before start checklist. Flight deck door is closed and locked. Passenger sign is set to auto. Really, they should be on, but I'll leave it on auto. MCP for V2 is set at 139. Let's go to legs. So sounding is 17,000. So the chart says 6,000 on departure, so I'm going to make that 6,000. Takeoff speed 117, 127, 139. Right, CDU pre-flight complete. Trim. Let's do trim at 5.50, so we'll go flight controls. At the moment at 5.00, so I'm just going to trim it up. 5.5, there we go. Go back to the checklist. That's done. Taxi takeoff briefing complete. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Okay. All right. So let's request. Turn that off. Let's request push and start.
Ground, go ahead.
Okay, request push and start from gate 80.
Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Okay. Steering pin inserted. Go ahead and release the brakes.
They're released.
Pushing back. for startup.
All right, I'm going to start up the right engine. Let's turn the fuel pumps on. Right engine in start. Going to monitor the engine. Right, N2 is starting its wind. And I'm getting a bit of oil pressure, so I'm going to apply fuel. It's spooling up. Alright, so right pack, run that, and we're going to start the left engine, holding it in start. Waiting for N2 to kick in, started. Waiting for fuel pressure, sorry, oil pressure, yep, and applying fuel.
Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Okay, towing system is moved. Please wait for my hand signal on your left-hand side. See you later, guys.
Alrighty, so thumbs up. Okay, engine started. Let's go back to checklist. And we'll do the pre-flight, the before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist. Right, anti-ice. Set to auto. Recall. Trim left there. Yep, left packs, there we go. The TCAS is off, that's fine. We'll turn that on as we get closer to the runway. Circ fans, don't need them yet. Auto throttle left and right. Let's go auto throttle. Is armed. Might test TCAS. Let's test TCAS while we're on the ground.
TCAS test passed.
Excellent. APU is running. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to do some ground lights. Just a bit dark outside with the cloud. Okay, flaps 5 and auto brake to reject the takeoff. Let me check the flight controls. Flight controls. All right, left, roll left, yep, roll right. Pull back. Push forward. Perfect, and rudder. Left and right. Flight controls check. Complete. Let's tick that off. Ground equipment is clear. Clear right. Alright, that's before taxi. Before taxi, before takeoff. Flat set for 5 before takeoff. Checklist is complete. Alright, so progress screen on that. Legs on this. Uplift, that's done. Okay, so I think we're good to roll. So, releasing parking brake, applying breakaway thrust, and we're moving.
Explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways aircraft. The captain and the crew are here
to left onto
We'll provide
Alpha.
extension seatbelts for infants. We suggest you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible during our flight, even when the sign is off.
It's a
Your
long
life jacket is
taxiway.
either the side or underneath your seat. To use it, take it out of the container and place it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at your side. Inflate your life jacket when you leave the aircraft. We will supply life cots for babies and life jackets for children. In the unlikely event of the aircraft having to make an emergency landing, you'll be told to take this protective...
Virgin flight just landing on our right.
When seated facing rearwards in Club World, you must adopt this position. We will now explain how to leave the aircraft in an emergency. Move quickly to the closest usable exit, taking nothing with you. High heel shoes must be taken off as they may tear the evacuation slide. Emergency lighting, including floor level lighting, will help you find your way to the exits. These are clearly signed. There are 2 exits at the rear of the aircraft and 2 at the front of each cabin section. Your crew will now point out the
This is a long way.
to you. To open the doors, move the handle in the direction of the red arrow. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. The slides can also be inflated by pulling this handle. Jump onto the slide and move away from the aircraft. If the aircraft has landed on
Okay,
water,
it's maintaining a
the
ground
slides
speed
will
of
aft.
30 knots,
As
which
you
is the
leave
limit.
the aircraft, inflate your life jacket by pulling the red tag. If necessary, blow into this mouthpiece to top up the air. The life jacket is fitted with a light and a whistle.
Just seeing what that Virgin aircraft's going to do. Hopefully we'll get in front of it. It decides to taxi off the runway.
Towards you to open your supply. Please note that the bag does not inflate. Place it over your mouth and nose and adjust the bag to secure it. Then breathe normally.
Now that's strange AI. It stopped it in the middle of the runway and made it do a U-turn on the runway.
Release the mask by pulling on this coloured streamer. If you're
I don't know, is that a prepared thing? What is that?
to reach through the dividing screen to retrieve your mask. All electronic devices, including mobile phones, must be switched off, and all headsets must be removed whenever the engines are running on the ground during takeoff, approach, and landing. Please ensure your mobile phone and any devices that can send or receive calls or text messages remain off all flight. Any items with a flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Some electronic devices can be used once we're airborne. Please check High Life magazine.
Alright, so we're coming up to Hotel 5 intersection.
Must be put up in the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. Place items in the locker carefully, as they may fall and injure someone. As we prepare,
Q400
please make sure that your tray table is put away.
coming in from
Seat
the
is
left.
upright and your armrest is
Hopefully it'll
Please
turn.
stow your individual videos
Oh, we'll pass it anyway.
if you have them. Finally, take a look at the safety card in the seat pocket. If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We hope you have a relaxed and enjoyable flight.
Let's just turn gently through here. It's a tight 90-degree turn. Also, I've got to be careful. I've got safeties off on the sim, so I can't mess up or the aircraft will break. And there's something strange with the taxiway over here. It's like this huge dip. that thing coming up? I don't even know what that is. Is it a grate? Is it a tunnel for service vehicles? Whatever it is, it doesn't look like it's level with the ground. Whoa. Whoa, I felt that. How bizarre is that? Okay. And there's a plane landing on 01 left. We're going to turn left onto Sierra. You can tell this is a brand new taxiway. It's nice and white concrete. Alright, let's make our way now to the south end of the taxiway. That should take us to, well, technically it's Tango 13. Right, I'm now going to set TCAS on. Lights. LNAV, flight director on, LNAV, VNAV. PFD shows Toga and Toga. Okay, let's just wait here. Brisbane ground, speedbird 1401, holding at Tango 13 for runway 01 left. Okay, line up and wait. Speedbird 1401. Alright, stripes on. Hold and wait. Clear for takeoff, Speedbird 1401. Right, let's bring up the thrust. 50s, it's holding. Right, Toga. Applying a little bit of forward pressure on the control wheel, just to make sure the nose wheel hugs the ground.
80 knots.
80 knots, check. I'll hold this to V1.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
On taxiway.
No, we're not. Alright, chasing flight director. Gear up. Autopilot. Flaps 1. Let's do this. Turn ourselves. Passing through cloud. Turning right. Flaps up. Keep turning right. Maintaining a 30-degree bank angle. Turning. Approaching 6,000 feet. Right, setting 17,000 feet. Let's go 17,000. All right, so we're pitching up, trying to intersect standing at 17,000. Climbing a little bit more aggressively than I would have expected, but I'm sure it'll level itself out in a moment. So we're maintaining 250 knots under 10,000 feet. After checklist, flaps up, yep. Sorry, after takeoff checklist complete. Aggressively climbing. Right, 10,000 feet. Let's go to standard. Lights off. Strobe stays on. we do have a headwind, 27 knot headwind. It's practically right on the nose, 4 degrees off. And the wind is swirling a little bit. Alright, clear to flight level 400. Let's continue that climb. Okay, so thrust ref is 260 as per the flight plan. Top of descent, top of climb is 55 miles away. Continue to aggressively climb. I don't know, I think it's a soft wind. Nearly 5,000 feet per minute. Not sure what the rush is to 40,000. Anyone's sitting at 92%. Just seems awfully steep to me. And we should pass Hugo at 32,500. And we're aiming to be at 40,000 by Hugo. So hopefully this will just ease up a little bit. Still maintaining 260 knots. And there's a Qantas link above us. Oh, above us and way out there. Past Sanig. It's supposed to be 33,100. Oh, I see. Is that why? Oh no, Sanig. Next to Hugo. Hugo 33,100. Right. Now it's starting to ease up. Climb rate 3,700 feet per minute. No, it just went up. 36. Easing up now. 35.5. Alright. Maybe it is aiming to get to 40,000 at top of climb. see Gold Coast way out on the left. We're too high, too far to make out the airport. I don't know roughly where it is. Alright, how are we going? Flying rate 2,700 feet. And it's like we are on target to cross Hugo at 33,100. A little high, still a little aggressive. I think there's a software issue. It's pushing N1 at 101.8. It's running at max. And N2 is 116.3, which is also running at max. I don't think that would happen in a real aircraft. I don't know if they would really push it to maximum thrust like that. Alright, well, flight management computer has us touching down in 1 hour and 4 minutes. And we're 11 minutes into the flight. And now the boring part starts. Seems like a nice day for flying. $900 to go. The headwind 33 knots. Beverages of my choice. I have my beverage of my choice. Well, I might go and get some nuts and come back. So, hold the fort. I shall return.
past your parking.
It's very boring out there. Just cloud everywhere I look. ATIS for Sydney is 126.25. 126.25. 126.25. I'll just let it sit there, and when we get to the right distance, we'll pick it up. Then I can tune into QNH and set that in the window. We're nowhere near top of descent, but I'm gonna take a look at our approach anyway. So final approach course is 335. Decision altitude is 220. So it'll be based on Barrow, it'll be based on the QNH. Or a decision height of 206. Okay, so there's a few cautions here. Closely spaced parallel runway, simultaneous approach authorized with runway 34 right. So let's not get distracted. For a missed approach, we will track 335 degrees, which is the runway heading. And at 500 feet, turn left, tracking to 320 degrees, climb to 3000, whereas directed by ATC. Transition level is flight level 110. Okay, 110 on the way down. Clouds have cleared up outside a little bit. That's nice. can see top of descent on the screen now. It's only because my zoom is at 80 nautical miles. Just past Messam. So checking the ILS of 110.10, which is correct, at a heading of 335, and that's parked at the moment because we're not intercepting the ILS yet. So changing the altitude on the MCP, prep for top of descent, I'll be setting the window to 6,000. So we can cross the Zonka at 6,000. Senate. still with a bit of a headwind. 37. 15 degrees off our nose to the right. Seen in 19 miles. In the air for 42 minutes. Reset the MCP altitude, we're going to move that down to 4,000. Oh, 6,000 for Zonka. 6,000 for Zonka. Top of descent. Five miles. Let's go back to the approach reference page. I thought I could hear ATIS from Sydney. Alright, so 127, flaps 30. So touchdown will be 132 at flaps 30. Auto brake 2. So auto brake 2, lane data, we've got VREF and minimums. Minimums we said was 206, let me just confirm that. For altitude. So altitude is arrow and 220. Okay. Arrow. 220. Left turn from Big Dam to Sedlow. Put the weather radar on and just see how thick these clouds are. Heavy cloud out to the right. heavy storm ahead of us. Just flying around the edge. Sorry that it's pouring outside. Very heavy storms out to our right. I'm getting ATIS now. Satellite 1006. cloud. Rain. Not sure if you can see it on the screen, but there's rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you store any electronic devices until we are ready to start to play. The use of such devices could interfere with the electronic learning equipment on board the aircraft. For flight preparation and landing, please ensure your seatbelt has securely fastened, your seatbelts are in the upright position, and your tray table is stowed. Any hand luggage should be underneath the seat in front of you or close to the opening door cover. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to complete their final compliance check with the airplane remaining out of the way.
Satellite 1006. It's very cloudy, rainy, heavy water. Not heavy water, but I think we're through the most of the bad weather. Light on as well. Ready for ovals. Next to Gentle and the right turn to Zonka. And then we bypass Sausage at 3000, but Nasho was 37. We're over the northern suburbs now of Sydney. And we're out of most of the bad weather. I can see Sydney through the clouds. Can't see Harbour Bridge, it's covered in cloud. Set the altitude to 4. So we'll pass Zonka at 6 and head down to 4. We're going to intercept the ILS above the flight plan. Can't see anything outside. Oh, that's the airport. It's under cloud though. Let's get down to Nasho for 3,700. Checking speeds. 240 Nasho, 236, 240, okay. So I'm going to set up our heading at 334, which is our final. Three, 4. Okay, 240 at 2477, yep. Okay, let's turn, that'll line up with Nasho. 6. Right, 900 to go. To get the sausage, so I'm going to go away. After Nasho, we're going to turn left and make our way out to Sausage and then line up the localizer. Over water now. Passing Sausage. Passing Nasho. Left turn. Activating the localizer, I'm hitting select. It should be out there. That's one.
Captain crew, take your seats for landing, please.
So this should be 168. Let's get down to 168. That's 5. And approach. Alright, managing our speed. Tet is 150. 150. 150, 1900. Flaps 15. Down to 132. Wide slope captured. Chancellery. Thanks for the note. I'll look into it. Gotta concentrate though. What a break 2. Right, 150. Ted still can't see the airport. Apply a bit of speed brake and drop the gear.
2500.
Kevin is ready. Alright, let's bring this right down. Flaps 20. Speed brake. Speed brake is armed. .25. Touchdown speed is 132. Flaps 30. 132 flaps 30. 334. Course is aligned. Coming through the cloud, I can see Botany Bay Refinery on the right. Bit of a crosswind. Runway in sight. Cleared out. I have control.
Approaching 3, 4 left.
11 knot wind pushing us to the left.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
500.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
400.
Glide slow. 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 Glide slow.
Approaching
Glide slow.
minimums.
Glide slow. 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 Glide slow.
Minimum 100.
Continue.
Glide slow. 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 Glide slow.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Manual braking.
Reverses. Applying brakes. Passing 60. Exit the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will take the captain a few moments to taxi to the gate, and we ask that you remain seated.
Thumbs up. Auto brake off.
Until the seatbelt sign has been turned on and the aircraft comes to a complete stop at the gate. That will be the only
So we're taking XY alpha 2 onto alpha. I have to admit it was a bit wonky on the way down, a little bit of buffeting. Strobes off. Just going to hold because there's an inbound flight coming in on runway 25. We'll just hold here. Oh no, he's going to go around and there's a plane taking off. Was that Malaysian Airlines? Right, clear across. Strobes on.
Approaching 07.
Strobes off. Turn left into International Terminal 2 area and park at Gate 10. Right, start the APU. Okay, lights off. Leave the taxi turn off. I'll put taxi lights on. There we go. Parking brake set. Lights off. Beacon off. Wing off. Door cut off. I've got ground power. Let's turn that off. I've got ground power. Connected to ground power. APU off. Alright, let's shut the aircraft down. Right pack, left pack. Stays, fuel off. Hydraulics off. Window heat off. Turn off. Primary power, leaving us on battery, ADARO off, and battery off. And lights. There we have it. Brisbane to Sydney. Bit of a rough flight. Weather was pretty bad and the approach was a bit wonky. That's what they call crosswind.